Alright everyone, so in today's video, we're going to be discussing why I think President Donald Trump will win the 2020 presidential election. So the way this is going to work is first we're going to fill in the safe Democratic states. These are states that the Democrats will win by 15 points or more. So we're going to start with filling those out. So the whole entire West Coast is going to be safe blue. This talk of Trump winning Oregon let's be realistic, it's not going to happen. So we're going to have the whole West Coast. Illinois is going to go blue. New York and basically all of New England minus New Hampshire and Maine is going to go blue, as well as the Mid-Atlantic here. So these are the Democrats' safe states. Oh, can't forget Hawaii. These are the Democrats' safe states for 2020. Now we're going to move on to the Republican safe states. Again, these are states that Donald Trump will win by 15 points or more. We're going to leave Maine's 2nd district as toss-up for now. Of course, we're going to have all these deep southern states here minus Georgia as safe Republican and Alaska. Now that we have the safe states out of the way, we can move to likely states. These are states, we're going to do the likely Democratic states first. These are states that the Democrats will win anywhere from 7 to 15 points, and I think the Democrats will win New Mexico by a likely margin. Donald Trump lost the state by 8 points in 2016, and I feel that, well, that was mainly because of Gary Johnson as well. It could have been closer, but I'm still going to say for now it's going to be likely unless polls later down the road indicate otherwise. That's going to be it for the likely Democratic states. I see New Mexico being the only likely Democratic state going to the Democrats anywhere from 7 to 15 points. We're going to move on to likely Republican states. Iowa is going to go likely Republican as it did in 2016. In fact, Iowa actually voted more Republican than Texas. Donald Trump won by a larger margin against Hillary Clinton than he did in the state of Texas. But nonetheless, speaking of Texas, Texas is going to go likely as well. Texas will not be safe, but it is likely. Donald Trump won Texas by 9 points. That lead could gain a little bit of support, or he could lose some. However, I still see the margin as being likely overall. Finally, for the likely Republican states, we're going to put Ohio as likely Republican as well. Right now, we have actually a dead heat between Trump and whoever the Democratic nominee is, 187 to 187. Keep in mind you need 270 to win the presidential election. Alright, so now that we have the likely Republican and Democratic states, we can go to the lean states. So we're going to go to states that lean Democrat. So Virginia is a lean Democrat state. I do not think under any circumstance Trump will carry this in 2020. The population centers of Northern Virginia, Richmond, and the Hampton Roads area, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, all those areas, are just too blue to overcome. And they're population-wise, they're just too urban for Trump support, demographically speaking as well. Colorado will also, that's New Mexico. Colorado will go to the Democrats by a lean margin as well. Trump lost Colorado by around 5 or 6 points. I see that shrinking, but I still see it as a lean. He'll lose it by probably around 5 points this time around. Anyway, that's all for Democratic lean states. Now we'll go to Republican lean states. Georgia is going to lean Republican. Now, lean, keep in mind, is anywhere from 2 to 7 percentage points. Trump won Georgia. Trump won Georgia by 5 points in 2016. He might have a similar margin of victory. He might have a slightly smaller one. It's not close enough to be considered tilt yet. So, for now, Georgia is going to be lean Republican. North Carolina, I'm also going to put as lean Republican as well. Another lean Republican state is going to be Florida. I predict in 2020 that Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida by a lean margin, as well as the state of Arizona and Maine's 2nd congressional district. He'll probably carry by a lean margin, anywhere from 2 to 7 percentage points. Now, if we look at the map now, Republicans have 259, Democrats have 209. Trump is very close. He's only 11 electoral votes away from winning the White House. Now that we have the lean Republican states out of the way and the lean Democrat states, we can finally go to the tilt states. Now, I think So first we're going to start with the Democratic tilt states. Maine is going to be, Maine at large is going to be tilt blue. I don't think Trump's going to win Maine. It was close in 2016, but I still don't think he's going to win Maine. Let's just be realistic here. However, I think Donald Trump will win Maine's 2nd district by a safe margin this time around. He almost did in 2016. I think he won it by 14 points, which is just on the cusp of being safe. I think he'll carry Maine's 1st district by a likely margin, which it already was. So that puts the Republicans at 260. On to the Rust Belt here. I think Donald Trump will carry the state of Pennsylvania by a tilt margin as he did in 2016. I could see it going anywhere from 49 to 48% for Trump or 50 to 48% for Trump, but I do see him winning the state of Pennsylvania. That, by the way, gives Trump the White House already, but we're not done giving Trump states just yet. I'm also going to give the state of Nevada for Trump by a tilt margin. And why I think this is because Nevada has been trending red, presidentially speaking, since the 2008 election. So Obama won Nevada by a safe margin in 2008. He blew McCain out of the water. In 2012, McCain gained considerable ground, but Obama was still ahead. However, his lead was thinning a lot. In 2016, Trump only lost the state by around 2 points. So if Trump's going to win 2020, I predict he will take the state of Nevada with him. With that said, I think the state of Wisconsin is also going to go tilt Republican in 2020, as well as the state of Michigan. Both these states were tilt Republican in 2016. I see Trump support steady in those states, although it could be better than it has been. However, if any of these states is to be wrong, I see it more as Michigan than Nevada, but we'll see. This is just my prediction for the time being. Minnesota is going to be tilt blue, is my prediction. I think just based on precedent alone, Minnesota has been solidly blue since 1972. Of course, in recent years, Democrats have severely lessened their margins in the state. But overall, I think Minnesota is going to go for the Democrat over Donald Trump very slightly. Although, again, I could be wrong. I could be pleasantly surprised. Finally, we have the last holdout, the state of New Hampshire. I predict the state of New Hampshire will go to Trump by a tilt margin, very, very slightly. Trump only lost New Hampshire by a few thousand votes in 2016. If he's going to win the White House, which I think he will, he's probably going to pick up New Hampshire. And with that, that's a wrap. I predict that the 2012 election, Donald Trump will win by 316 electoral votes to the Democrats' 222. As of right now, the Democratic nominee, still the highest chance is Biden, but if the Democratic nominee is Bernie, I'm going to have to change my map a little bit. However, I still see Donald Trump, if he plays his cards right, and if he doesn't go with the whole socialism sucks strategy, if he actually attacks Bernie on substance and Bernie's very radical immigration proposals, as well as, wanting to abolish the Electoral College, as well as a number of other things, I think he has a chance. If Trump can change his strategy, he will beat any Democratic nominee in 2020. With that, this video is a wrap. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and please click the bell icon to get notifications when new videos are released. I'm going to make more prediction videos on the 2020 governor's races and 2020 Senate races as well as the House. I might do a special video where I go into every House district in the country and predict which way it will go in 2020. Naturally, I'm probably going to get a few wrong, but there is a small chance I will get them all right. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.